It's Friday night. Welcome to another episode of the Ultra Heelz podcast. I'm Darth Messiah. Teenage girls are expensive. Think of that how you want. What's your name over there, sir?
It's Mr. X-Man Dam. It's not a sham or a scam. It's the real X-Man Dam on Instagram. Follow me, fam. Mr. Off the Ladder with a weak bladder. Mr. Off the Turnbuckle with a bloody knuckle.
What?
Mr. $5 Phillip.
Keep
Mr.
going.
Win for two, but it's really for one. I'm Schmacked Power watching SmackDown. Can I use your WWE information and your Disney Plus information?
Hell no.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Mr. Razor Cabron. Mr. Pipe Wrench, leave your wife drench.
Oh my.
Mr. Show Me the Facts Man Dam. And how is my Ultra Heel fans?
You know, taking 20 days off of work in a month, I've had a bad week. I've had a really bad week.
I can tell just by how you titled the episode. I was like, Dar's going through it. I don't know what it is.
I've had a bad week.
How are you having a bad week when you are not at work?
No, that's the thing. I'm back to work. It's been awful.
Oh,
That's what makes it bad, right?
damn, son.
It's been a bad week. And it's about to get worse because we have no help. And all the stupid people like to come out and shop now.
And the lottery's up.
Not even.
No,
Not
yet.
Not yet. What up,
But
though?
everybody called out. You gotta fucking hire some people, man.
Man, every person HR hires either quits or gets fired within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're not
X-Man
rotating
Dam
beer.
back.
Not even. They're just stupid.
X-Man Dam, this is a call for help. A cry for help.
I can't help anyone. I need help myself in my business.
What up, though? What's good with you?
Chilling, man. Fucking great week of work, great week of wrestling. Just trying to not get slippery on the road. That's all I care about.
How much snow did you have? Because it wasn't that bad here.
It was 12 inches.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
When I came out for work Wednesday morning, I dusted my car in 30 seconds.
Where we've only had dust over here so far.
Fucking lucky.
X-Man Dam's walking around with the tennis racket underneath his shoe.
Pretty much.
He's kayaking to work. You got a dog sled with the dogs pushing you to get to work.
I'm sorry guys, I gotta come right back.
Go for it. Warp.
Time warp. All right. So, I guess I'll just pick up on last week's SmackDown while Mr. X-Man Dam takes a little walk to the bathroom or whatever he got to do.
Taking a sabbatical.
No, sabbatical's a long period of time. So, kicking off last week's SmackDown was the Firefly Funhouse. Well, no, excuse me. It was Miz TV featuring Bray Wyatt. And it basically set up their match that will be going down this Sunday at TLC. The Miz versus The Fiend for the Universal Championship. And then next up, we had a monumental match between Mandy Rose and Alexa Bliss. Not the match itself, but the person in the match, which would be the third person in the ring. The third person in the ring is the referee. And that was one Jessica Carr. Jessica Carr is now full-time SmackDown referee, the first ever female referee to be full-time on SmackDown or Raw.
You like her?
She's cool. She's cool.
Does the crowd pop for her?
I wish they popped more for her.
Yeah, that's pretty new. That's an awesome thing.
It's she definitely gets love, but it's not with AEW Aubrey. The crowd goes nuts for Aubrey.
Yeah.
Every time Jericho gets in her face and she pokes him in the chest, the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah, she's no Ref Flacco yet, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and Aubrey Edwards follows us on Instagram.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so because I tagged her in a post one time and she followed us and gave us a like.
Righteous.
She didn't answer my DM though. It's all good though.
Aww. One day.
So anyway, So yeah, Jessica Carr is now full time on SmackDown and Raw. She's been in NXT for probably about 1.5 years, I believe, to my memory. So I guess that would be like a call up, even though technically NXT's main roster too. But whatever.
You think the refs in WWE get paid more than an NXT wrestler?
Probably not. Probably not.
Nah, I don't know.
Because I believe they're not considered in-ring talent. Because most of them have backstage jobs.
Yeah.
They do more than just ref the matches.
I would assume, yeah.
So they're not on-screen talent. They get paid like office people. So like the company take cares of their their travel and their hotels and stuff, unlike the wrestlers. So I wouldn't think that they make a substantial amount of money.
X-Men, damn, I could turn off your camera, bro. You don't have to put your palm in front of it.
But yeah, it's I also want to see Jessica get a big match, like how basically Aubrey has been like the main event ref so far in AEW. She gets the majority of the main events. She's always working a Chris Jericho match. She's always working a Cody match. She actually does very few women's matches. Yeah. The first one I can remember was like 3 weeks ago. It was I believe it was Riho and Emi Sakura. That was the first female match I can remember her doing.
That's the only one you watched, though.
Yeah, that was the one week I decided to watch. Okay, yeah, that's true.
You don't watch much of them.
That's true. I usually skip through the women on AEW. But anyway.
Yeah, it's bathroom break time.
Yeah. There was a little Elias, Dana Brooke, Drake Maverick segment, which was not important. And then we had, what was it, a fatal 4-way tag team match for the to earn opportunities for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the New Day. It was the Revival defeating Mustafa Ali and Shorty G, and then Heavy Machinery and Lucha House Party. Just looking at that match, it was kind of obvious that the Revival was going to win. The only real competition was Heavy Machinery, because you have a team that you just put together that night in Ali and Shorty G. And then Lucha House Parties they're just designated jobbers at this point in their careers. So yeah, it was definitely the Revival. And because you're not going to do babyface with Heavy Machinery and New Day I don't think they're having a TLC match, although they should, or at least a modern match, because it is TLC. I believe it's just a standard tag match, but yeah, obviously Revival's with the Heelz, so they had to win the match to go up against the New Day. And Xavier Woods is going nuts on YouTube now. He's just everywhere.
Yeah, I'm seeing, bro. His popularity is like spiking.
Yeah, I think the broken ankle or torn ACL is the best thing that happened to his YouTube career.
Because he can focus more on YouTube now.
Yes.
It's nice to have plan Bs, right?
Yeah. Well, this is plan C, really. Wrestling is plan B for him.
So plan A is smash as much chicks as possible.
Okay, so this is because he's got some. I forgot what he went to college for, but he's very well educated. He could have done something else with his life.
He seems like it. He seems like a really smart guy.
His Instagram, his social media handles are Xavier Woods PhD. He has a PhD.
Yeah.
This man has a doctorate. He could have done something else. He didn't have to put his body on the line, but the man likes to wrestle, so he became a wrestler.
Yeah. He likes to smash other wrestler chicks too.
Yeah, that too. Man, that list keeps growing and growing.
I'm noticing. I'm seeing the chat whenever a female wrestler comes up. Somebody comments, "Oh, Xavier hit."
Yeah.
That should be just a hashtag. Xavier hit.
Hit it first.
Yeah.
I guess it's the cool computer nerd. He knows how to get them.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep. Then there was a Bailey and Sasha Banks segment getting back at Lacey Evans. Not much there, just setting up the match between I believe it's Lacey Evans and Bailey this weekend. And then the main event. Oh God, this was a Okay, the match was good. The thing they're doing with the costume dog and Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, it's horrible. It's total crap. It is 100% dog crap. Let's say dog crap. Because after the match, they handcuffed Roman Reigns to the turnbuckle and they poured dog food on him.
Jeez.
Not kills and bits. I'm talking canned dog food.
Like the wet kind?
The stuff that looks like Sloppy Joe.
Yo, you know what? I've heard that actually tastes pretty good. It's supposedly horse meat, but
Horse meat.
I've heard that dog food is all horse meat.
I wouldn't put it past them to use horse meat because the dog's gonna eat it anyway. They just want some damn meat.
Yeah, they'll probably eat you if you pass away in front of them. Yeah, I think they would. I don't know. No comment there.
Well, I don't know why you just suddenly thought about the cat legs from the Chinaman, but you know.
Jeez.
Yo, the cat legs be popping. I'm not even gonna. If they're cat legs, it tastes for good, man.
That's the tragedy of it. If it is whatever weird animal they say it is, it tastes damn good.
Because the only other place you get chicken wings that big is Dallas BBQs in the city. Where else do you find chicken wings bigger than your fist?
Yeah, only
The
Dallas.
Chinaman,
Yeah.
and Dallas not Dallas BBQs. I'm sorry.
Just BBQs.
BBQs.
Yeah.
Dallas BBQs is in Hackensack.
Yeah. Yeah, BBQs is
Yeah, BBQs in the
ridiculous, the
city.
wings there.
Yeah. Oh, the Hennessy wings, man.
Yeah.
You need about 5 wet naps for like one wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I haven't been there in a while.
I haven't either, man. But we need to plan a trip or something, man.
Yeah.
I'm overdue because the last time I went was amazing.
Oh, speaking of which, would you be interested in going axe throwing?
You know what? Yeah.
'Cause-
I've never thought about it ever and ever, but
Because me and a couple guys at work were talking about going, and we're just trying to get more people to go.
I actually would be down for that. What do you throw the axes at?
At a wall.
Wow, that sounds awesome. For some weird reason.
There's a target on the wall, and like each ring, you know, basically it's archery but with an axe. And if you hit the middle thing, you get more points.
That's actually pretty awesome. I think I would love that. George Jeff says he's down too. Yeah, boy.
Word.
Shout out to the Bronx. That's where all the axe throwers come from. Norse mythology comes from the Bronx.
Axe throwing is now on ESPN. That's how big it is.
Yo, that's pretty awesome.
That's where I discovered it. I found it over the summer. It would come on like Saturday mornings right after the cornhole.
It must be such a stress reliever.
I would imagine so. Throwing a nice,
just a nice weight of an axe, just tossing it.
because competition axes are 10 pounds. So
Oh yeah, it's gotta feel good.
yeah. So I would imagine like the ones that they use for the amateurs at like these places are probably maybe like 6 pounds.
Oh yeah, George Jeff says he always asks questions. That's true. That's true, man.
But yeah, I would really love to go axe throwing. Next up, we had the best storyline in wrestling right now. Maybe. I love it. Lana and Rusev were supposed to sign divorce papers. Now, Lana, there's been reports that Bobby Lashley has been getting all kinds of like hate on social media for this storyline, which is obviously fake. Because it's an interracial couple. She's cheating with a black guy. So
I don't know.
But now Lana is getting crazy amounts of hate and death threats on social media. Bad enough that the FBI contacted her saying, "Do you want to be escorted around the country?"
Wow. That's what it takes, huh?
The FBI is knocking on Lana's front door while Rusev's in the other room.
Wow.
Saying, can we help you?
Is it just racial? Because I feel like I hate this storyline just for the fact that it exists.
I would assume it's racial. Because how many cheating storylines have there been in wrestling?
That's Vince's bread and butter.
Exactly. But the fact that it's interracial in 2019.
Yeah. it's all these backwater, freaking kissing cousins that are like sending these hate mails.
And here's the other thing: these people sending threats on the internet. If any of them walked up to Bobby Lashley and made that threat, he'd slap them in the next week.
Oh yeah, of course. He could finger flick them into next week.
Yeah, it's the mouse pie mobsters and keyboard killers. That's who this is.
George F says it should be a divorce in a briefcase ladder match.
Okay, thank you, George, for saying that. I was going to bring that up. Now, why they're having a table match? Because during the little segment, there was a table in the ring. Russo was sitting on one side, and Lana was on the other. They were supposed to, sign the divorce papers, but things go left because it's wrestling, and Rusev suplexed Bobby Lashley through a table, so now they're having a table match. Stupid. Why? You have divorce papers. You put the divorce papers in a briefcase. You put the briefcase above the ring, and you have a ladder match. It books itself. It books itself.
Commissioner Darth.
Yeah.
How would this storyline end? Like, to what ends is this? I don't understand the where this could go.
The point is to get sympathy for Rusev, because Rusev, he was off TV for maybe like 5-6 months. Basically, it came from he got taken off of TV because he got over when he wasn't supposed to get over for like the 4th time.
Okay.
It came off the back of the whole Rusev Day thing with Aiden English, and they took Aiden English off TV too. They put him. He's now doing commentary for NXT UK. He's not even wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he had a good gimmick, or decent at least.
Yeah. So they broke the team up. Because hold on, matter of fact, there was a cheating angle when they broke up Rusev Day. It was Aiden English tried to blackmail Lana by saying she came to my hotel room in the middle of the night while I was only wearing a towel.
This guy thinks he's Xavier Woods and shit, right?
The skit was called One Night in Milwaukee. That's what it was called, One Night in Milwaukee. So it was okay for Aiden English to try and blackmail Lana for cheating, but Lana can't straight up cheat with a black man. And now everybody's getting death threats out of this.
It's because it's not Xavier Woods. That's why everyone's getting death threats.
That's true.
It should have been.
That's true.
George F says, Darth for Prez 2020.
I
think you could do it.
Yeah, about that.
You run against Kanye.
I put him on the ticket. He could be my vice.
Does he have to be painted silver or nah?
Of course.
Of course, right? Yeah, I figured.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, no country would mess with us after that.
Yeah.
They get a diss track.
Next up, we had Drew McIntyre and Too Extreme Matt Hardy, I believe. He was that version of himself last night. Excuse me, Monday. It was a decent match. Nothing really, over the top. It was just a solid match. Next up, we had the Viking Raiders finally not have a squash match. The Viking Raiders came to the ring, cut a little promo, and they said, "We want competition," like how Braun Strowman used to do. I need competition, B. So they issued an open challenge, and who answered was the Street Profits. And it was a very good tag team match. Next up, we had Kevin Owens cutting a promo, talking about how Seth Rollins seems to always pop up right behind AOP, or AOP seems to pop up right behind him, but Seth Rollins is claiming that he has nothing to do with AOP. And he gets interrupted by his real-life best friend, Sami Zayn, who's supposed to be on SmackDown. We just had a draft. We reestablished the brand split.
Wildcard is back?
No, Wildcard is not back. They came up with another stupid rule to get around the Wildcard. So they said Sami Zayn has something about he extended his manager's license, which they haven't mentioned in storyline since like the mid-90s, that you need a license to be a manager for a wrestler. Yeah. Conveniently, they bring back this rule from 20 years ago. And he's an in-ring performer. He's not a manager. So why would he get a manager's license? But anyway, so the reason he's allowed to be on SmackDown is because he has a manager's license, and the manager's license overrules the fact that he's an in-ring performer. Anyway, so yeah, he's now representing Mojo Rawley, who don't get hype, he stay hype. Like myself, because I don't get hard, I stay hard. Yeah.
A little delay, but got it.
We got it. Yeah, so whatever. And then out comes AOP, out comes Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio comes to help out Kevin Owens. We have a kerfuffle. And we move on to later in the show. I'm sorry. They ended up beating down Kevin Owens. And which kind of further hints to Seth Rollins and AOP's alliance. Next up, the man who sits in a room and says to pick a fight with me, Aleister Black, took on Akira Tozawa. And it was basically just, a showcase match for Aleister Black with somebody. So lead up to his match with Buddy Murphy at TLC. Then we had another rematch. It was Humberto Carrillo taking on Andrade once again. But Humberto got the win this time. Zelina Vega was trying to do her thing, trying to snivel, if that's even a word, snivel a win for Andrade.
That's a word.
She was up on the apron trying to distract. Humberto moved out the way. Andrade bumps Zelina Vega off the apron. He's concerned about her is she okay? And the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling and sports entertainment, because there are different things. The roll-up pin. Humberto wins via the roll-up. The schoolboy. Next up, Buddy Murphy, Zack Ryder. Nothing big here. Nothing big here. And then AOP and Seth Rollins take out Kevin Owens backstage. It is official, and they are here to do damage. Next up, we had an extension of last week's women's tag team angle. Last week, Charlotte Flair took on the Kabuki Warriors in a handicap match. And prior to the week before, it was a straight-up tag team match between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch against the Kabuki Warriors. So this week, it was Becky's turn to have the handicap match. Now, the Kabuki Warriors beat both Becky and Charlotte 2 weeks ago. Charlotte lost last week. This week, Becky was trying to get the upper hand on them, but they ended up getting frustrated and just taking out Becky and winning and losing via disqualification. And they also attacked Charlotte backstage, so she couldn't come out to help. So that sets up a women's tag team match. The Kabuki Warriors will take on Charlotte and Becky Lynch at TLC. So our Raw Women's Champion will not be having a singles match. She will seek to be, once again, Becky Two Belts. And Mr. Rowan, the man with the cage, he took out a jobber, and he won via match stoppage because he beat the holy hell out of him. And our main event. Oh, our controversial main event. It was United States Champion Rey Mysterio taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, match was how it would go with the OC on the outside. The OC are, picking at Rey Mysterio, trying to give AJ Styles the advantage. And out of nowhere, we have an RKO, as Mr. Orton loves to do so. Now, into the match. Into the show. earlier this year, or end of last year, USA Network stopped giving Monday Night Raw overage time. For as long as we can remember, Raw would end at 11:04, 11:09, 11:14. If they're really feeling frisky, 11:21. But that stopped about approximately a year ago. Let's just say a year ago. But they have given them slight leeway where the show could run over for maybe 90 seconds. This Monday, hard net workout, 11 o'clock. Hard net workout. There was an extra like 20 seconds of Raw that nobody saw. It didn't really make a difference because there wasn't anything drastically missed, but there was a stare down between AJ and Randy after the RKO. So it would have been nice to see it, but stuff happens. It's TV. And moving over to the Wednesday Night Wars. Oh, the Wednesday Night Wars. All right. So last week was the lowest rating between both shows. Last week, hold on, let me jump to Instagram real quick. No, I'm sorry. Last week was the closest ratings ever. NXT clocked in at 845,000 average viewers, while AEW had 851,000 average viewers. The week before was the lowest viewership between the two shows. So this week was slightly down once again, but it was a virtual tie. There was no winner, there was no loser. They both averaged, I believe it was 861,000 viewers for the 2 hours they were on the air. So we have a tie. One of the things that I pointed out one time before, if you put these two shows together on a good week, let's say they're both averaging 850,000 that week, which is we'll call it a tie week, but with a solid number. That's around 1.7 million viewers if you add both shows together. Raw and SmackDown on a bad week are still above 2 million. So is this Wednesday Night War really a success? Are they hurting each other? Are they helping each other?
Are you saying AEW is not really posing any threat to the WWE?
Yes and no. Because obviously WWE feels threatened. Why else would you take NXT off the network and put them on cable television? But at the same time, it's now that you see what the product is. Let's look at it this way. If AEW was running unopposed, because originally they were supposed to go on Tuesday nights, okay, but then they had a bump to Wednesday because of TNT's NBA schedule. Because if they wanted to do Tuesdays, they'd have to come on at 6 o'clock because NBA pre-show starts at 7.
Okay.
Or they'd have to come on at 5 if they want to do 2 hours. So yeah, they ended up bumping their show to Wednesday. So if they were running unopposed, let's assume half the people that watch NXT don't watch AEW because they just refuse to watch AEW. They don't like that product. But the other half, they choose to watch NXT first, and then I'll watch AEW on demand later. We'll claim that it's the other half of the audience. So if AEW was unopposed, they would watch it by itself. So if you take that half and add it to AEW, that's 1.2, 1.3 million average viewers per week, which is still way below anywhere Raw and SmackDown would be.
I just think maybe WWE is thinking this could build up to something bad in the future.
Yeah, they're first of all, NXT runs at a loss. Now that they're on TV, the network deal is making up some of the gap, but they're still running at a loss because there's no revenue for the show itself outside of the TV deal. They're running in Full Sail University in Florida. The tickets are dirt cheap, so they're not making ticket sales. They rarely do house shows, and even the house shows the tickets are dirt cheap. So again, you're not making money on the gates.
It makes a lot of sense if they're doing it at Full Sail because those are communication students.
Yeah.
That are doing the job, doing the work. So you said that the levels were off like big time?
No, that was AEW. That was AEW having the problems.
Okay.
But and NXT I'm sure like the communication students are like interns or whatever for them.
Yeah.
But they use a WWE production team.
Okay.
So they're still paying their top quality production team, their salary to be in this location.
Okay.
So they're still using main roster production budget, but they're in this 2,000 seat arena, probably less, and they're not making money from tickets. So NXT runs at a loss. They're specifically on TV to ruin AEW. That's the only reason they're on TV. Back to NXT. Results. My favorite match of the night, while I'm looking this up, was Angel Garza and Lio Rush. That was epic. Angel Garza is now the new NXT Cruiserweight Champion, even though the belt still has the WWE logo on it. But we won't go there. It's the same way the NXT UK title is actually the WWE United Kingdom title, not the NXT, but that title is in NXT UK. It's weird. They don't know what the hell they're doing with their belts because they're just props. Nobody cares anymore. Yeah, these two went back and forth, and Angel Garza came out on top. I didn't like Raul Mendoza and Cameron Grimes. I'm not sure what they were doing there. It was also kind of sloppy. It's a little sloppy. A little slappy tappy. Not really. Before I move on to the next match. The package promos that they did this week for the potential upcoming title matches between Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler, and then Finn Balor and Keith Lee for and Tommaso Ciampa for the number one contender match. Every single one of them nailed those promos. Every single one nailed those promos. Like, I've been skeptical about Shayna and Rhea Ripley on the mic, but in those promos, they nailed their characters. Absolutely nailed their characters. Dakota Kai and defeated Mia Yim. She kicked the shit out of her. Which kind of seems weird because Mia Yim needs retribution for... Hello, sir. And? What does that mean? I can talk to you. I do what I want. Come back and show me some more.
He said I'll do what I want.
Promo Life says DX great.
No, that was the one Malcolm Carter, the great.
Yeah, the great Malcolm Carter.
Yeah, because Mia Yim is supposed to be seeking retribution for being taken out prior to War Games, but they're also trying to push Dakota Kai, show her vicious side as a heel. And next up, we had Breezango. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway. It was Breezango taking on the Singh brothers who finally lost the 24 championship a couple weeks ago, back to R-Truth. It was basically an extended squash. Breezango, man, I'm pretty sure they hit the Singh brothers with some stiff ones in that one. Pause. Bianca Belair, Kaden Carter. Bianca Belair seems lost to me. She's kind of just not doing anything really important, but she's probably top 5, top 3, talents on the women's roster for NXT. And then our main event for the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, Finn Balor defeated Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee. The finishing sequence was Keith Lee hits Tommaso Ciampa with a spirit bomb. And as he's bouncing off the mat, here comes out of nowhere, not an RKO, but it was Finn Balor with the coup de grace to Keith Lee for the win. Oh, damn, that's crazy, X-Man, damn. Anyway, did he hit you, Marvin?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think I know what happened. X-Men Dan got abducted by aliens, guys. He's on leave. What did we used to say?
I forgot.
He's on
assignment. He's on assignment. Yes.
X-Men Dan's on assignment, guys.
Yeah, and then post-match, Mr. Adam Cole, baby, he made a visit to the ring to chat with Mr. Balor, who he'll be taking on next week in the I believe is that the year-end match? No. No, NXT will be on. It'll be on New Year's Eve, but it will not be on Christmas Day. Actually, NXT and AEW are both taking off Christmas Day. So next week's match on the 16th, 17th, 18th, whatever it is. Next Wednesday will be the second to last Wednesday Night War of the year for both shows, which I am really hyped for because NXT is basically a mini takeover. You're gonna have hold on, I'm typing something. You're gonna have Adam Cole versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. You're gonna have Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship, and I don't think Undisputed Era has a tag match or Roddy Strong, but just those 2 matches alone, your 2 top titles are going. It's going down on a Wednesday night. And, of course, the club will go up on the Tuesday, too. That's another story. Looking for All Elite. Hold on. All Elite Wrestling. The night kicked off. With one Jon Moxley, the purveyor of violence. In a squash match, of course. Elite. All Elite's website sucks. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. It sucks. It's horrible. I'm sure Mr. Nolly Marv back here can make a better website in half an hour.
Probably.
Than this company that's run by a billionaire.
Thanks for the plug, bro. Make sure you guys go to braverystudios.com. Get your podcast fix.
Absolutely. Let me just try some other website. All Elite Dynamite results. Let's see. Okay. Jon Moxley defeated Alex Reynolds via pinfall with the paradigm shift. And then post-match, Le Champion, Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, he comes out with the Inner Circle. They surround the ring, pack of wild dogs. Mr. Jericho steps up so eloquently. He points out the history that the two have had throughout the years, of course, in WWE. He says that Moxley, formerly Mr. Ambrose, Dean Ambrose, has come to him seeking advice throughout his career, and Mr. Jericho has led him here to AEW. And now he would like to take Moxley under his wing and join the Inner Circle. So he sweet talked him. He said, "I don't even need an answer right now. You can think about it. You can think about it. You don't have to talk to me right now. I'm just going to give you this T-shirt. I'm going to lay it on your shoulder. And you come talk to me when you're ready." And then next up, the Butcher and the Blade defeated QT Marshall and Cody Rhodes via pinfall. It was, they were trying to show that Cody doesn't have friends outside of the Elite because the Young Bucks are preoccupied and Kenny Omega is preoccupied with other people. And since breaking up with MJF, nobody seems to love Cody. So he just teamed up with some random person to avenge the attack by the Butcher and the Blade from last week. But then MJF came out and he just ripped everybody. He said, "How dare you call me a knockoff Chris Jericho?" What else did this man say? He said, I will fight you, but on my terms. So come back next week when we're in Jacksonville, Florida.
Shout out to that chick Blair for becoming an ultra heel.
Yeah.
That's cool. Talk to us in the chat, Blair. Hurrah.
So next week in Jacksonville, the home of AEW. Well, actually, their physical home, but their spiritual home is Chicago, which Chicago will be hosting the next AEW pay-per-view, Revolution, sometime in February. Don't ask me the date. It's just sometime in February. And then the Dark Order. The Dark Order is trying to recruit some people. I'm not big on Dark Order. The way they're presented and the type of gimmick that they want to purvey don't match. They're supposed to be kind of cult leader-ish, kind of Ministry of Darkness kind of thing. Like, come join us, we're going to do some weird shit, and we're going to beat some people up. But they come off too goofy, in my opinion. And, like, the whole Minions thing, coming to the ring with them, it doesn't really help. Doesn't really help, in my opinion. So they were saying to Ryan Reynolds, "Are you tired of being a jobber? Are you tired of losing? Come to Death Row." Basically. Next up, Big Swole, who I'm not familiar with, but she was popping. She beat Emi Sakura, and she now ranked number 3 in the women's division.
Sounds like X-Man Dam is back.
X-Man did it. X-Man did it. Come out on the track like did it with a throwback jersey and a fitted.
Uh-oh. X-Man Dam turned into a ghost.
Bala Army and a fitted.
Can you hear me now?
Tommy,
Conference?
can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Tommy, can you hear me?
Sorry, guys, I had some shit I have to deal with. That I might
Yeah,
have to
we
deal with again.
seen that.
We saw the message. I'm glad you're back from Mars.
Yeah, so Big Swole, man. Shout out to Big Swole. It's finally chance for her to shine, and I'm so glad for the women of AEW because it is time for the women's revolution of AEW.
I actually watched 2 women's matches in AEW this week.
And you didn't fall asleep.
No, I did not. The other match I didn't like, but Big Swole caught my attention. That's something I can work with.
To be honest, Big Swole needs to rise to the top of the food chain. She needs to take that belt.
And notice Rio hasn't been on TV in the last 3 weeks.
They mentioned that actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did mention that.
They said, she hasn't been on TV in a couple of weeks. I don't know if it was BTE or if it was like a little thing in the back. They were trying to do a little segment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they were saying like that. Oh, it was actually it wasn't even it was Brandy Rhodes that said it in her promo. She was like, I don't even know what's up with the the champion. She hasn't been on TV. She thinks this is a vacation.
Yeah.
But it's about time that we finally see some great women wrestling in AEW.
Yes.
Do you believe, Darth? Do you finally believe in the women of AEW?
I don't believe yet, because 1 talent, 2 talent, 3.5 talents. So Big Swole, Britt Baker, Nyla Rose. I'll give you Sheeta. That's my half. Mm-hmm. Other than that, there's not enough talent to go around, in my opinion. Okay, I'll give you Allie. Allie's all right, but she's hanging with the Blade and the Butcher. She's not even wrestling.
Listen, when you get Aubrey Chance, the referee.
Exactly. Aubrey's more over than the entire women's division.
That's fine. It'll all play into.
Speaking of which, how do you feel about Jessica Carr on SmackDown?
Who?
Jessica of NXT.
X-Man damn doesn't give a damn.
She's now on SmackDown. She's now reffing on SmackDown.
Oh, the referee.
Yeah.
She was actually pretty good on NXT, and I don't know what they're doing, but maybe she really wants to be pushed up to the main roster. But like, I don't know if she noticed, but NXT is the main roster, so she kind of fucked herself in the butt right there.
But yeah, Jessica's now permanently on SmackDown, Smack Dizzle. First full-time female referee to be on SmackDown or Raw.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes, her first match was Mandy Rose versus Alexa Bliss. So I was while you were away, I was saying she needs to get some high-profile matches like Aubrey does, because Aubrey's like basically, the main event ref. She gets all the Cody matches. She gets all the Jericho matches.
Right.
So
she gets all the important matches.
Yeah. So
and that's why she's good on that role.
Yep.
That's why she's so over.
Yep.
She's by the book.
I would love to see Jessica get a Fiend versus whoever match, or a Brock Lesnar versus whoever match. Have her go toe to nose with Paul Heyman. Have her throw Paul Heyman out the arena. That'll get her over.
Is X-Man damn frozen?
Is he? No, I see his eyes moving.
Did you hear JR? Every time they were about to go to a break, he would be like, "We'll be right back."
Oh wait, no, we won't.
We're not going anywhere. I thought for the first time, I thought it was like they were gonna go to.
He definitely did that at least twice this week.
He did it 3 times. I was counting.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he thought they were telling him signal to commercial, but they were like, "Oh no, we're not gonna go to commercial," and then like he was like, "Oh, but we're not going anywhere." Try to save it.
Yeah.
But I think he was insinuating the second screen.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing they've been doing with JR, which they're doing on purpose, but is not working. When new people appear, he doesn't know who they are, but then Excalibur does. Like last week when the Blade and the Butcher came out, Jay was like, "Oh, these people, I've never seen them before." And then all of a sudden, Excalibur's like the smartest person in the world and knows exactly who they are.
Yeah.
So
because Excalibur's he's from the Indies, straight up.
So but that making your commentator look stupid kills their credibility.
No. Yeah, it does.
Either both commentators should know, or both of them don't know at all, because it gives either give your audience the most possible information, or leave it a mystery. Don't have it half mystery and half promotion.
What I've noticed, like Excalibur would like correct everyone, like when it comes to like the spot where what's that other guy? Not JR. Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
He was saying there was like a move that Cody did off the top rope or whatever, and then like he corrected him. He was like, "Oh, this is the actual name of the move." Oh, also he did that with the Young Bucks match a couple times.
Yeah.
It was I forgot what move they did. Oh, the fucking the tombstone, the Indie Taker.
Yeah, the Indie Taker
that he called because it wasn't an actual Meltzer driver of like Nick doing the front flip.
Yeah,
the
Meltzer driver is the flip. The Indie Taker is just the drop down.
Yeah, him spreading his legs down, doing like a leg drop with the Indie Taker.
Yeah.
So you know, it's little things like that. So. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think it's extremely informative. Like, maybe they should, like, fucking go, do a little training, like, training session. Like, hey, like, this is this move, this is that move. This is who this person is, JR. Because
I don't even think it's about training. It's just the way they're allowing them to present the show. Because they have free reign. Because I know JR has free reign, but I'm sure Excalibur is partially scripted, as in like he has this. Okay, this is what I want to say tonight during this stuff, because there's no quote unquote scripts in AEW, but I'm sure he's one of those people who have to run stuff by somebody else before he does it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Young Bucks, that was the next match. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus Kip Sabian and Shawn Spears was the next match, which to me was skippable, other than the fact that Hangman Page is still hinting that he doesn't really like the Elite anymore because he blind tagged himself into the match after Kenny Omega hit the V-trigger and he hit, who was it, Kip Sabian with the buckshot lariat?
It's funny because even when he did the blind tag and he did the pin and everything, Kenny Omega was actually like looking back at Hangman Page.
He's like, yo, what are you doing?
Bro?
Yeah.
Like, why you like beasting to get this pin and win? Well, like Kenny Omega was really doing everything that he could to like put this guy away.
Yeah.
And so he kicked out. So I mean, plus he has to have that spot too. Hangman Page when he does that flip out into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But that match was pretty good, I gotta say. Like the whole story with Shawn Spears picking Kip Sabian up to be his, tag team partner, and Tully Blanchard being captured by fucking Joey Janela mid-match just to stir things up was pretty good. So I liked it.
I don't particularly like Shawn Spears' character.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't like him. I just like the fact that they there was a meaning for this match, and that was that right there. Not just two people you put together and just have a regular match. It made sense. Plus, why the hell are they calling Kip Sabian the super bad?
I don't know.
Boy, like, is he more inferior than fucking Joey Janela?
Speaking of which, remember a couple weeks ago they were calling Rusev the bad boy the week he got arrested, Bad Boy Rusev.
Yeah. And
then the very next day, Joey Janela posted on Twitter, "I gotta go. I'm going to trademark Bad Boy," and he said sorry at Rusev Vig.
Yeah, they were calling him Bad Boy. Yeah, this week. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, Bad Boy Rusev.
The only thing that he did bad was like fucking kick fucking Bobby Lashley off the stage, and
yeah, that
was it.
Well, while you were away, I was talking about how the FBI now wants to aid Lana because she's getting so many threats for the storyline.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's how you know the storyline is working.
See, I told everybody it's a great storyline.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, people are so mad at Lana because she's such a ditzy.
She's hot. I can never be mad at her, but it's such a Vince storyline.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. Rusev came up with the storyline. He pitched the idea.
He must have wanted some time off.
Yeah. Next up, Luchasaurus defeated Sammy Guevara. I think I missed this match. I think I was on the phone. I don't really remember much.
Which match? I'm sorry.
Luchasaurus and Sammy Guevara.
Oh, all right. So there's this thing going on right now where on not BTE but on Sammy Guevara's YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
how like what's the guy's name? Marco Stunt has been like torturing Sammy Guevara like everywhere he goes.
Uh-huh.
Like he ends up in his in his hotel room, starts fucking with him. Anyway, it's pretty good. I started watching Sammy Guevara's YouTube channel. It's not all that great. It's just cool to see like insider stuff backstage.
Yeah, because he does a lot of vlogging.
Yeah.
As he's now been doing in the ring, which I liked the first time, but now they gotta
becoming
stop.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't like that shit at all, to be honest. Like maybe if he had like somebody like holding the camera for him or the phone, then yeah, okay. But him just like
or if he had a
ignoring,
selfie stick like Tyler Breeze.
I feel like he's doing Tyler Breeze. Like they put the video feed on the Titantron and shit and all
Yeah,
that.
that's where I was going with this.
Like I don't like that at all because that's pure Tyler Breeze right there. Even with the lag and everything. It's the same lag. iPhone 7, iPhone 10.
That's just the delay between the fact that they have to transmit his phone to the big screen.
Titantron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is not a Titantron, sir. That is exclusive to WWE. It's just a Tron.
They got a Tron?
A Tron, not a Titantron. Because Titantron refers to Titan Towers, which WWE is now selling, but whatever.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So during the Luchasaurus match and Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager came out to replace Excalibur and Tony Schiavone.
Oh yeah, and then Jake Hager didn't say anything the whole time.
Of course not. He only speaks when he's being spoke to, sir.
Yes.
But other than that, it was pretty good. Like, of course, Chris Jericho is gonna do his best on the mic right there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he was talking just a little bit too much. He was saying a little. I forgot what he was saying. I was gonna write it down, but he was just like.
He was talking about Moxley a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, Luchasaurus won with the tombstone into a flapjack.
Yeah.
Which looks like the weakest tombstone type of move, but yeah, I'm all with it. Sammy Guevara lost. That was a pretty good match.
Yep.
And what's next?
And then
the street fight.
The main event, the Young Bucks versus Proud and Powerful in a Texas street fight to be number one contenders of the AEW Tag Team Championship.
That was it was a little crazy in the beginning. First of all, they didn't even get to hit the ring yet to hit the bell. Yeah. They just started out straight off from the ramp because they got attacked.
And did you catch JR's mess up in this one?
What did he say?
He said the match hasn't started yet, even though the bell rang.
Really?
Yeah, because by the time they got to the ring, he said the match hasn't even started yet, but the ref rang the bell when he ran up the ramp.
So they rang. Oh, so they rung. I didn't even hear that. I didn't even catch that. They rang the bell.
Rang. The bell rang
when they attacked the Young Bucks.
Yeah, because the ref runs up the ramp and he waves his arm and the bell rings.
I like the little spots that they were doing right there off the Tron. The Young Bucks getting up on the thing right there and just doing their thing. It was a crazy first 2 minutes of that match, to be honest.
It was a no rules match, so I'm not going to pick apart the tag team rules of the match. There was no rules. It was just pin somebody. But I'm criticizing the production again.
For what?
Like 4 different times during this match, they shot a move from the wrong angle. There was one point where I think it was Nick and Santana on one side of the ring, and then Ortiz and Matt were on the other side. And in the middle of a move, they cut to the other side of the ring where they weren't even doing anything. They were just setting up a table.
Yeah, to be honest, I think they just need to pan out back and just,
And the most egregious production error towards the end of the match, when they had the Young Bucks were doing the thing in the ring with the chairs, think it was Ortiz. He was knelt down, and one of the Young Bucks holds a chair in front of his head, and then the other one super kicked the chair into his face. They shot the move from the front of Ortiz's face. So you're looking into his eyes the whole time he's waiting to be kicked in the face with the chair.
Yeah.
So it's just sloppy production, which I can't get over.
I don't even notice things like that.
I notice it because it's not that it breaks the fourth wall. It breaks the wall of seeing through the moves. It's like I'm not purposely looking to see through the move, but they're showing it to you.
Like at that same moment right there, like they were looking at Ortiz.
Yeah.
And Ortiz was looking up at Matt, like trying to wait for a signal, like when is it gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly. You can clearly see him waiting for the move to happen. So he knows when to sell.
And Nick kicked the shit out of that chair.
Yeah.
Yo, Ortiz has been getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. So anything you want to talk about real quick while you were away, because you weren't here for most of Raw and SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Wait, say that again?
Anything you want to pick out from Raw and SmackDowns while I was talking about it earlier?
I don't know. Let me take a look at my notes. I'm sorry.
Because you were
SmackDown with the Miz versus the Fiend.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna have a title match on TLC.
I thought. Oh yeah, that's right. It did get bumped. You're right.
So it's not a title match. It's just a regular match. I just think that's a waste. There should be endless title matches, as much as they can.
The other thing I forgot to mention: why are Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin having a TLC match? There's no title involved.
I didn't even realize that. But maybe they should just end that feud.
There's no reason for them to have a TLC match.
Yo, not to interrupt, but we got Commissioner Calvin in the chat.
Hey!
Where you been, homie?
And his
nice to have you back.
His new Instagram page, World Wrestling Observer.
Oh, they got some good stuff up on there.
Yeah, that's his new Instagram page, World Wrestling Observer.
Definitely check that out, guys.
Yeah. And check us out on Instagram as well. It's Ultra Heelz Wrestling. Ultra Heelz Wrestling. Ultra Heelz with a Z.
So on Raw, we got, I just wanted to say, Matt Hardy back again.
Too extreme Matt Hardy. That was too extreme Matt Hardy.
So he's going through his phases of his career.
Yeah.
I think the big payoff of this is he's going to get his head knocked off.
And he's going to go back broken.
And he's going to be broken again. Just the way it should be. Maybe they're doing it the right way this time. But somebody definitely has a long, lengthy storyline. Either that or they're just going to release Matt Hardy.
I doubt it. Also, there was a controversy with his wife, Rebby. She said something on Twitter about, actually, she alluded to the fact that he's probably going to go broken again. She said, they're doing it right this time.
You see?
Yeah.
X-Men Damn is right.
Yeah. So there's a pretty good chance he's going back broken again.
It has to have a slow
burn.
Like he's got to have a losing streak. He's got to get his head knocked off for him to like start forgetting who's everyone until he brings out the
vessel
broken, the vessel, which is broken Matt Hardy. Yes. The United States Championship match with Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles. I just want to say they ended fucking Raw really good. It felt like the 90s because it was just like the very last second where Rey Mysterio caught the small package for the win, and then they ended the show. And you know, when you're growing up back in the day watching wrestling, you're looking at the time like, oh, how many minutes we have left? This match is gonna end like Anyway, I was looking at the time and I was like, wow, there is like no time left. The show should be ended already.
Yeah, and I was talking about that while you were away. They actually USA cut them off early. There was like another 15 seconds to the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Cause remember like last year about around this time when USA stopped giving them like the extra 5 or 10 minutes to the show.
Yeah.
So they gave them like 11 o'clock. They were still giving them a leeway, like 90 seconds. They let them bleed over. But last night was a hard net workout at 11. And then there was still like another like 15, 20 seconds.
They're like, we're tired of your shit.
Basically.
And this crap already.
Now, nothing like major happened during that time, but they did. They cut him off hard.
The mega heel turn from Seth Rollins.
Yep.
All right. So they did this really well, first of all. And shout out to Kevin Owens for getting that face full of door.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they smacked the shit out of his face with that back door. Like, I'm so like, I don't know if like Kevin Owens is trying to take like a couple of weeks off, but he should have put his hand right there and stopped that from like hitting his face so quick. But I don't know. That's all I wanted to say for SmackDown and Raw. Hold on. Oh, and shout out to that jobber that took the whatever the hell Eric Rowan is holding on in that cage. tried to get him a count out.
It's Baby Yoda. Funny. I know who it is now. It's Baby Yoda.
No.
Don't sleep
whatever
on Baby
it is,
Yoda,
it has
bro.
to be good.
Baby Yoda's taking over.
Did we talk about did you talk about NXT yet?
Yeah, I did NXT.
Right.
Yep.
Shout out to Angel Garza for winning the Cruiserweight Championship, Tayo.
Yep. The main event.
I kind of fell asleep the rest of that shit.
The main event.
What happened in the main event? I didn't even watch.
Oh, it was Lee, Tommaso, and Balor for the #1 contender.
Oh, who won?
Balor. So it's Balor and Cole next week.
Really?
Yep. And that because both AEW and NXT they're going big next week. They're having title matches, and then Christmas Day, which is a Wednesday, both shows are off.
What?
Yeah, both shows are off for Christmas, but they will both be on air for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to run down the list real quick, or we have no more time for predictions?
Oh yeah, we'll do predictions really quick, and then we'll
really quick.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy.
Aleister Black. Obviously, he has to win.
Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Or else it didn't have no meaning. The Viking Raiders versus who? Is the open challenge.
Open challenge. Obviously, the Viking Raiders are going to win.
I'm just saying, either have the club or the Street Profits.
I guess Street Profits. Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes sense. They kind of hinted it this week.
Yep.
The SmackDown Championship title tag team title match. The New Day versus the Revival.
I say New Day retains. Because Revival just lost it, so New Day retains.
Women's Tag Team Championship match at the Kabuki Warriors, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. TLC match.
The Kabuki Warriors need the win if you want to try to re-legitimize the Women's Tag Team Championships.
That is true. Is that going to be the main event?
Probably not. The main event is Roman and Baron Corbin because they have the TLC match. They have the TLC match, so their main event.
Rusev, Bobby Lashley tables match.
Rusev wins.
Yeah.
He needs the win.
Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a TLC
I don't even
match.
care. I don't even care. I don't care.
Non-title match. I don't know why. Bray Wyatt versus The Miz.
Fiend, duh. The Miz isn't winning the title, duh. Well, actually, it's not a title match, but he's not winning. Let's be real.
Yeah, he would never win. And that's the only matches that are set in stone.
Well, it's been another interesting week.
Oh, yes. And another interesting show for Brian just leaving.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Did they take the anal probe out, or did they leave it in?
They leave it in.
Oh, so they're coming back. I guess they're coming back. What, like next Wednesday for you again?
Probably.
Or are they gonna like leave it in for like like mating season like they do with the whales?
I think we can end the show now.
Well, let's end it with a bang.
Put your hands up.
Oh no, turn that off.
Hands up. Put your hands up.
All right, we'll turn that one
Yeah,
off.
we'll turn that
put
off.
this one on.
Oh,
All right, fine.
boy.
We'll end it like we usually do.
I am Darth Messiah. Teenage girls are expensive. Take that how you want.
I don't even know how you end that now.
X-Man Damn. Do your thing.
It's not a sham. It's not a scam. It's the real X-Man Damn on Instagram. Follow me, fam.
Yep.
And this has been the Ultra Heels Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Facts.